Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, first things first. Saturday I had a live and I took it down because I didn't want to confuse people. I'm not going to release, just getting things out of the way here real quick because I only have an hour. I'm not going to release this as a digital. Maybe I don't think I'll release it as a digital. It looks great on photo paper. The files themselves are beautiful, but it doesn't print well on regular paper. And I don't like that. So, for example, I want to show you a page. So somehow regular paper I had printed it on regular paper, but I hadn't printed the small images on regular paper. I'd only printed the big images on regular paper. So I learned a lesson. But this is the same page. And I do not like, it looks too muddy for me on just regular paper. So I am going to turn this into a paper pad because this is the way it should look. I'm going to turn it into a paper pad because I don't want to change it. I had worked on changing it after our live to see if I would like it, and I don't. So I want to keep it the way that it is. I want to release it the way that it is, but I'm going to have to release it as a physical paper pad because I'm not happy with the way it prints on plain paper. And now we all have different printers, we all have different paper, and that's fine. But I don't want to release something that doesn't print well in a variety of places. So I thought about it over the weekend, and it just has to be a paper pad because I want it to look like this when people use it. I don't want it to look like this. So, lesson learned, print the small pieces on, I have to print it all on regular plain paper to know if I'm going to release it as a digital. So I was a little embarrassed that it went the way it went, but I'm just gonna say it's okay. I haven't messed around with those in a while, and like I said, I had printed some of it on plain paper and it looked fine, and then when I was printing the other stuff, it didn't. So we're moving on from that, though. I wanted y'all to know I pulled it off the website, and I thought about redesigning it, but then I don't want to redesign it. I just want it like it is and printed well. So I'm going to send it off to the printer this week, and we'll get it in a couple of weeks, and that'll be that. Sorry. For those who bought it during the live, I'm just refunding the money for those. And you can keep it. It'll still work for you, but yeah. So I just want to get that out of the way because I feel like, and I took that live down off of YouTube because I didn't want people to be confused, and I didn't want to work with it if I wasn't going to release it. So that is all of that out of the way. Now, what are we going to do today? That's a good question. I have to leave here and at 6:30. So I don't have my Happy Mail ready, you guys, because I haven't been able to make it back to the post office to pick it up, and I want to show all of it at once. So I will show you my Happy Mail later this week from my birthday. The stuff I have seen is absolutely amazing. Oh, that's not the right one. Where are we? There we are. That way you can say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. Whoops. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Sala. So good to see you. Hey, Flo. We weren't sure if you were going to be here this morning. Yeah. Sorry, I was a few minutes late. I woke up at 4 and I was like, self, go back to sleep. And so I went back to sleep and then I woke up really late. I basically had to brush my teeth, get dressed, and run in here. So I kind of don't have a plan. Usually there's about 30-minute period between me waking up and me coming in here. Not this morning. So without a plan and without a lot of time, we're just going to have to wing it. Let's lean into something simple and wing it. I think I know what I'll do. My paper pads, I design them for simplicity. And I design them, you know, for everyone, but simple card making, especially this one, I really had simple card making in mind when I designed the 4 seasons. And I designed this, when did I release this? Back in the fall, or January, I think, or January, February, somewhere in there. And I really haven't played with the fall pages yet. And now fall is upon us. So let's just make a couple of fall cards with 4 seasons. And I designed this so that the front and the back are the same season. So real simply, someone who's maybe new to card making wouldn't have to figure out which pages coordinate with each other or whatever. I designed this so that the fronts and the backs just go together, easily go together. Or, you know, of course you can mix it up and play with it any way you want. But I specifically had simplicity in mind, where you would know that the front and the back pages coordinate, and you could have 4 seasons in one pack of paper. So let's do that. Here's a cut sheet. Let's play with, see, I haven't played with fall except for one little thing that I cut out once, and it might still be in here. So let's play with that. I might want to get the ladies out too. And let's get this out. This is just kind of a mixture of the seasons, flowers from all the seasons. So let's play with 4 seasons real quick. And I know that we can make some fast and beautiful cards with this. All right. So yeah, back to talking about that paper pad. For me, it's always not about the money. It's about, you know, making fun things to play with. And I just don't want y'all to get something that when you print it, you're not happy. You know, that would be sad to me. So I don't want that. And I want to avoid that. So some color palettes are just meant to be, I think, to be printed with the professionals. And I think that particular paper pad is exactly the example of that. I just do. Okay. So we've got these mums. I love mums in the fall. I really do. I mean, I like them all year, but I really like the mums in the fall. And so we're going to mix these with, so this is same sheet of paper, just flipped. And we're just going to keep it simple, y'all. And we're going to put those two together. Guess what? I have a beginner card class that starts tomorrow here on my channel. So if I did it for my mom, but also for everyone else, if you know anyone, I have a boo-boo on my finger. If you know anyone who is just getting started, or you want someone to get started, or someone's mentioned, gosh, I love your cards. I wish I could make cards. It's just, you know, a series that I'm going to be doing here on my channel. Send it to them. Send them a link. It starts tomorrow. And I'm going to be revisiting really simple cards. So it kind of makes perfect sense that this is what we're doing here today, are simple cards. I'm going to run some strips back here. Let me get some scrap paper for that. Don't think those are quite long enough. Nope. What do I like the black? Maybe. Let's cut a few. Hi, Esther. Good morning. Hello, Linda Veal. Hello, Gloria. Gloria, I've been thinking about you. I have this little mic set aside for you. I think it's a microphone. I really don't know, but I know you were saying, I think your son's in radio and you wanted that for him. And I am going to send it to you also. I'm going to release some physical items along with my paper pads in the shop whenever these Halloween paper pads come out. I hope they do well, because honestly, I was only going to do probably 1 or 2 more paper pads this year. And I was not planning on it being a Halloween one, but it's just too cute. It's just too cute. I have to do it. So hopefully it does well. Okay. Let's see if we like this look. I'm thinking something like that. Then this. Then this. Yeah, I like it. But I think now this needs to be matted on black. Don't have enough left from that piece. But no worries. I've got plenty of scraps. Let's try this. Yeah. Oh, good. You're most welcome. That is something really gotta put on my schedule. So I think what I decided this week is when I'm not live, then I'm gonna be working on my Happy Mail in the mornings, getting it addressed and written and sent out. How was y'all's weekend? We had a good one. I'm exhausted, quite frankly, but it was good. We had family over yesterday. Hubby cooked, still had trout, and I made a pasta salad and some chicken. And then we had potato salad, and my sister-in-law, she's from Louisiana. She's from Texas, but it's real close to the Louisiana border. It's like right on the edge. So she grew up eating and cooking Creole food. And so she brought rice and beans, Creole style. It was so delicious. Went perfectly. And then Sparkle Heart baked her first marble cake, which was strawberry and vanilla. So we had a good time. Really relaxing. And then me and the kids, I had to take them out to get some more school things. You know how it goes. School starts and then it's like, oh, we need this. Oh, we need that. So I finally gotten smart. I mean, my son's in 10th grade and I just send them with the basics at first. Because a lot of times if you just buy everything on the list, it's not even everything that they need, and it's a lot of things that they don't need, is what I find with school supply shopping. So I decided this year, take the basics. We know you need paper, pencils, pens, the basics, and then let's figure out, and you know, a few folders, and then just come home and let's figure out what we actually need. I finally got smart. It took a while, but I got there. I think there's that sense when they're young that you have to you have to follow the list. They sent you a list. You have to follow the list and buy everything on it, but you really don't. Especially as they get older. Uncertain Texas. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it's her focal point of this card. Yes. The mum. Uh-huh. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, morning, afternoon, and evening. We get a mixture. But it's definitely my morning. I'm in Texas. Oh, thanks, Sala. Yeah, this is in the shop, Four Seasons. I only have a few of these left. I think I have 3 of these paper pads left. Just a few. Will I restock it? I mean, maybe, eventually. It's done very well. It's been very well received, and it does make beautiful cards. Okay, so there's our first card. I didn't follow a sketch, but after years of making sketches, I would say this is very much a Kendra's card challenge kind of thing to put these strips behind it, but how effective. I really like it. So there's our first one. Let's put some embellishments on it because they just make things better. Let's put some of these sparkle spots, right? Did it. I finally memorized it. They're called sparkle spots. Yes, it's the flower. That's her. I read that. It's called a mum. Yeah, this flower is called a mum. And in Texas, I don't know about other places, it's definitely a fall flower that is blooming and growing in the fall. Let's do that. I like the different sizes when it comes to embellishments. I like 3 different sizes. I'm glad these sparkle spots in the package come in 3 sizes. And I love how flat they are. they do add, and you know, glitter. So I think that's it. I mean, we could put a sentiment on there, but I don't think we need to put a sentiment on there. Home of the Big Pine Lodge. Let's see, yesterday was my son's birthday. Oh, next Monday is my other son's birthday. Aw, and then September 1st is your anniversary. How sweet. 52 years. Wow, that is so cool. I'd stay married to my husband for 100 years if I could. If it worked that way, if we had that much time. Okay, so first card done. We have no scraps left over. That's it. Partly because this was a sheet. I had already used this one, so all I had left was this whole piece. But yeah, that was, it's designed so, I designed it so that you could take 2 cut aparts, you pick the ones you want, and then you could flip it over and get a patterned background. Of course, there's a lot of ways to use it. You don't have to use it in that most basic way, but I designed it like this so that it would be easy and basic. Now, if this was an A2 card, you could cut this piece down to 4 by 5 1/4 and then put your focal point on. Okay, so there's that one. Let's make another. I got these ladies out. And I think she's the most fall. And then I put like blue in her hair and blue here for kind of like a winter. And I made the background real pale. So I kind of gave them seasons, but summer and spring, you can't really tell apart. The ladies didn't necessarily need seasons. They just went well with the pack, but let's grab. So if I take this page and I cut it in half, I can have 2 focal points, and then this can be a background. Let's make it an A2. So I'm going to cut this. It's already at 4 because this paper is 6 by 8, and I'm just going to trim this to 5 1/4. And then let me cut one of these ladies out. I turned on Sister Act last night and totally fell asleep watching Sister Act at 8 o'clock, and I never recovered. I ended up just having to get up and go to bed. That's how tired I was. Okay, so this is an A2. See, so you can just cut it down and then have this as a background. Don't they add so much, Sala? I know. Let's mat her too. Miss Linda Gorman. I think I had a dream about you last night. A good one, of course. I'm pretty sure we were crafting together. I'm pretty sure that's what we were doing. No, not that one. Not that one. Let's go back to the black. Let's see if just a real thin matting layer. Yeah, I like that. Let's move it over here where it's square. Yeah, Linda, I'm pretty sure you and I were hanging out together in my dream and we were crafting. Wouldn't that be fun? Got to do that again. I got to have dinner with you and Sharon and the other lovely ladies at y'all's table, but I didn't get to craft with y'all. So I think my brain was like, yeah, we got to do that. I thought I was going to be crafting more than I actually was. That paper ganza. Let's see. So I think these cards will go perfectly with the beginner card class. Kind of making these at around the same time as releasing that class for everyone. I've never done that before. I never really started with the basics, and I think it's needed. And I know other people have done it, but not me. And I'm going to have a different perspective than other people. So there's a need for it. We need all the beginner classes we can get so we can get people hooked on this awesome hobby. That's it. Like, it really doesn't need much more than that. Of course, I'm going to add maybe some pearls or something. Let me get a different one out. These black. This calls for confetti matte black. Since we have that black matte on it, let's get these out. Or maybe I'll just put 3. Keep it simple. Is that the next size up? Oh yeah, it goes, I guess. Maybe there's only 2 sizes. I'm not sure. But we're going to call that one done. Hi, Angie. Happy birthday, Flo. I love how many Leos we have. This was the strip of paper I had left over that I cut off from the sheet. Let's put this on the inside of the card. My mom was like, yeah, I can't wait to get started making cards. I'm going to decorate the insides of my cards. I was like, well, you do that. You should totally do that. Let's get this other glue bottle. We're just going to sit here and just keep making cards, you guys. We've got even more time. We've already got 2 done. That's a great thing about patterned paper. It's just, to me, the most simple, basic way to make a card. Just let the paper do the work. And I pretty much always love the way they turn out. I don't always love the way my cards turn out when I try to just stamp and color. But if I just like the paper and I make a card, I pretty much always like it. There we go. And then on the inside of here, I could put birthday, hello friend, thank you. It could be any, an encouragement card. You've got this, something like that. Whatever it needs to be, it can be. But there's our first 2. Let's see. The other card that I had, or paper I had pulled out, was this one, which has these smaller elements on it. This girl's not very fall-like. I think we're going to have to deviate away from fall on this one. It's still summer. She looks like a summer girl. Really like that one too, with the daisies and stuff. Okay. Let's use this background. I'm going to cut this down to 4. So again, we've got 4 by 6. This time we have 2 focal points. I think we might do something like this. Let me get a card base out. So yeah, how was y'all's weekend? Hey, Beth. Andrea had a birthday too. So many Leos. Hey, Kat. Good morning. Flo, what'd you do for your birthday? What'd you do, Andrea? What'd y'all do for y'all's birthdays? Aw, thanks, Kat. You hate to cover the beautiful ladies. Yeah, it's hard. So if this goes here, there's no reason we've got this extra space that we can't extend past that background mat into something like this. We could also extend past it just in one on the lower side and bring her in. Let's play with this a little. I don't know what project I was working on, but I sure did have a lot of black paper left over. Let's mat this one as well. I told my kids I'm going to expect gifts on their day for bringing them into this world. That is hilarious, Beth. I have never heard anyone say that, but it makes perfect sense. It's very logical. Especially as they get older, right? It makes perfect sense. I may have to adopt that one day. That's funny. That is funny. Okay, we're going to put that on there like that. Oh, okay, I like this. Does she need a mat? I don't think it needs to be black, but I like just this little piece of black paper tucked in up here and how it brings the eye across the card. I do think I want her matted, but not with black. Let's see if I have like a pink or something. It has to be the right pink. And we only need to see a little bit. Just a teeny tiny mat makes a big difference. Yeah, I think that might work. Okay, let's try that. "1 p.m. in Norway." Hi, Anne-Maret. Oh my goodness. You know, the screensavers that like change every day with a different place or a different photograph. I had my screensaver change the other day to a place in Norway. It was an islands and it was a bridge. It had to be in the summer. It had to be a photograph that was taken in the summer. But when I first saw it, I was like, where is that? And then it said Norway, and it was very unexpected. It was very beautiful though. Very, very lovely. I've been to Norway, and it is in the summer. A very lovely country. Okay. Just that little bit of pink around the edge. And then let's put this down here. Pretty sure this is where we're headed with this, you guys. It's only paper. We can't mess it up that bad. Okay, let's glue this down. Actually, let's wrap some cord around this before I glue it down. Just because we can. Oh, is that a Gina K mat? Gina K is lovely. I don't watch her, but she is lovely. That doesn't surprise me that that's a Gina K mat. I don't know her style or anything. I really have only watched her on Craft Roulette, to be honest, and she is so much fun. I'm sure all of her videos are like that too. Let's put that on there. Oh, I really like that. Okay, perfect. I'm so happy to have like embroidery floss back in the mix. You know what? We're gonna bump these up because I don't want them to be uneven. Just gonna use these strips back here. Add a little extra height to this situation. It won't be perfect, but it'll be a little more even with that twine. Whoa. Gotta trim a little off. It's showing. Your crazy is showing. Might want to fix that, tuck that back in. I love that saying that we found in the Tim Holtz snarky sentiment strips. Your crazy is showing. You might want to tuck that in. It's so funny. Okay, and then this little strip's just going right up here. Like this. Now we can glue this down. Okay, let's put this down here. I'm going to bump it up, not too much, but just a little bit. Because we know this is going to be down here. And she is going right there. And I don't mind that cross section. What do y'all think of that? I don't mind the overlapping. I might put this all the way down at the bottom though. Do I like it at the bottom? I like it at the bottom, but not all the way at the bottom. I like a little bit of space there. I told Jason that for my 50th birthday next year, I would rather go to Bitty Penny's crop if she has one than go to Hawaii. Oh, Angie, go to Hawaii. That's a bucket list place for me. Girl, you got to go to Hawaii. We can do a crop. We can do a crop another time. I do want to do that. I want it to be very just low-key crafting. And hang out. Maybe I'm just trying to make up for paper Ganza. No, I just think it would be fun. Just to have a crop, a meetup, a hangout. Okay. I like it. I got to trim up the base down here. I don't want to trim that string. My base is slightly off. Now it's not. Okay. I like it. Fun and easy. Let's add some. I have these blue pearls in the mix. There's some blue mixed in. I think they could work. Let's add some pearls. I was telling my hubby that I had asked y'all about the Banana League. And he's like, did they like it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, no one's like offended that they're messing up baseball? No. No, they're just fun. They're just, everybody thinks it's fun. He's like, cool. Okay. It reminded us of Happy Gilmore because there's a new Happy Gilmore 2, and like his effect on golf totally changed it, and it looked like Banana Ball basically, kind of. So that's the reference we had. I do. And you know, the other thing is, like, we all add something to the insides of our cards before we send them. We write in them. So they're never like completely blank, 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 right? So there's that one. But yeah, no, we could do that with these. I don't have any scraps left from this, do I? Oh, I do. I have this one. So we could put this on the inside. And then what else do we have scrap wise? Just these. Let's see. Okay. And then I thought I had some smaller scraps in here. This is from a different season, but it still works. Let's see what else I got. Just got some smaller pieces from past projects mixed in. Got some kind of like Art Nouveau borders. Labels and such. Okay, that's kind of what I've got to work with from my scraps. So this could go here. Oh, fits like a glove. And then we could put a sentiment on this. Hey, Michelle. This card would be beautiful with some foiling, wouldn't it? That's probably what this card's missing. Michelle, I have some ideas. I need to message you and maybe have a Zoom with you or something. I think this one's too big. Let's go with, sometimes I gotta edit, just edit things down. I think I'm gonna edit to this. And then let's find a sentiment to stamp on there. We'll make this a birthday card. Let's see. Let's make it a happy everything. This is an old set from Honeybee called Happy Everything. What do you know? My birthday card from my hubby this year was a happy everything. He's like, I really like that sentiment. It's what's on the front of my card. It's like, I just want you to have happy everything, not just a happy birthday, but a happy everything. I thought that was so sweet. So let's make this a happy everything. Oh, that fits nicely there. But yeah, Michelle, I got some ideas. I've got some ideas cooking up in this brain of mine. All right. Let's get this stamped down. I'm going to use Memento. And I think I re-inked this one the other day a little bit. I was putting my re-inkers in a new box. Well, not a new box, but I was dividing them between two boxes and thought, let me just add a little ink. Now you have to behave, Jason, watching. Hey, Jason. It was so cool meeting not only our crafty friends at Paperganza, but like spouses too. I don't know. I just really love Angie and Jason, Jill and John, Andrea and Andre. There's so many great couples out there. Bob and Roberta. I think Jen is her name. Doug and Jen. I met them towards the end. I was wishing I had more time with them. But yeah, that was fun. That was a bonus. Wasn't expecting that. That was a total bonus. Okay. Happy everything. Oh, I like it. Let's put that on there. And then I'll catch up with y'all a little more and I'll head out and I'll be on time today. Woohoo. Did I take a screenshot? Sorry, I'm a little behind, so I don't know what that's referring to. And Marette, let's see, Angie. A crop in Hawaii, that would be major bucket list. Bucket list updated. Crop in Hawaii, not just going to Hawaii. Oh man, that would be so cool. This is what we're working with today. I think we did pretty good. I really like them. Yeah, I think I might have to re-release this paper pad one more time because I only have 3 left, and it's just too good. And I only have 3 left in my shop, and I only have 1, and I don't even have the whole thing. I just have a little bit of it. So I'm thinking, geez, we may need more. Miss Paula. Wish I had time to make a craft roulette card. The parameters were wild this week. I know everybody knows what to do, and it'll be cool and beautiful and all of that, but man, Mr. Wheel was feeling funky this week, wasn't he? Thank you, guys. Nice weather. Ooh, walking on the beach. Nice. I love the beach. Flo's happy place. Several large parks in town that are still wild and just paths cut in. I love them. I love a park. When we travel, Flo, I go to a park. I like to go to the parks and see parks. Paula, that seems to be a thing. It's weird. It seems like the YouTube community is somehow better for iPhone users than non-iPhone users. I should like report that to them somehow. I don't know. That's weird. Right, Angie? I'm killing it. I made 3 cards. I'm on time. I got 3 minutes just to hang out. You know, that never happens. I'm going to be on time. It's awesome. It's totally awesome. And I like the cards. This one needs like a happy fall, y'all, sentiment on the inside, I think. I think that would be nice. But, you know, a card like this you can give to someone for their birthday if they have a fall birthday. So if you have a November birthday or something, you could make a card with fall colors, but still make it, you know, a birthday card. It doesn't have to be a fall card. And this one definitely at any time. Anytime, any occasion. This is the only one that doesn't have anything in it. Hey, John Pounds. Yeah, so that's what I got, y'all. That's it. Of course, I ended up using 2 of the ladies. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. It's just how I get down. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun hanging out with you. I also didn't get too far behind. Wait, are you sure you don't want to add something? Biddy, are you feeling quite well? Look, Sala, this is the only one that doesn't have anything on the inside. You know, I was just about to add something there, but I can't. I gotta go. If I'm gonna be on time, I'm gonna keep this record, then I can't add anything else now. I can add something later. I'm even gonna put my stuff away. This is awesome. Hi, Linda Veal. I will be, oh, thank you, Flo. I needed that prompt. I needed you. Thank you. How about, I'm going to be here Thursday and Saturday. Let me look at the dates real quick before I say that. Yes, I will be here Thursday and Saturday this week. So the next time you see me live will be Thursday. I'm going to have 2 card classes out before then. I have 4 card classes recorded so far and ready to go. So I'll push the first one out tomorrow and the next day. And those may not be like in y'all's interest. But like I said, if you share them out with others, if you know people who want to get into card making, but they don't know where to start, if they feel like they don't know anything, but other than they just want to make cards, these are the kinds of videos. That's who I'm gearing these videos towards, are people who need the very basics of card making and how to get started. So I know they may not be like right up y'all's alley, but you might know people who they are. Like, I'm sure you've given away beautiful cards and people are like, I wish I could make those. And they're too intimidated to start. That's who these videos are for. So they'll be great for y'all to share if you want. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me this morning, you guys. I had a whole lot of fun. This is the Four Seasons. It's over at bittypenny.com on my website. I think I have 3 left. So, thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Love you guys. Hope y'all have a great start to your week too. And I will see you all on Thursday. All right. Well, it's kind of crazy. It feels wild saying goodbye to y'all, but I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Bye.